Honey, I'm back on my bullshit. Guess it's been about that time.
But yeah, my point really was just like nobody wants to feel dumb, bro. Like nobody likes the feeling of feeling like, damn, I was wrong. That's how come like a lot of times in class and stuff, nobody be raising their hands because like instead of like going for the opportunity to like be right or wrong, that 50% chance is like I'd rather just not go for it and never be wrong.
Mm.
So it's like that's what I realized about a lot of people, and then that kind of like feeling transitions into your adulthood. Because I've seen that shit like whenever I'm like in my shit, whenever I'm in these adult classes and stuff, like nobody be raising their hands. But it's not because nobody has anything to add, it's because you've gone through your whole entire schooling like not raising your hands because you're scared to be wrong. So now it went from being just I'm scared to be wrong to this is a habitual thing that you've done your whole life. So why would I change up now?
Mm. And it's got me through it too.
Type shit. So it's like I like that's why I encourage people to like talk even if they feel like they're wrong, because it's like at least then you learn. You learn why you're wrong. You raise your hand and you learn, okay, I was wrong because of this, so you could be right the next time. And it's
Mm-hmm.
not really about being right or wrong, it's about taking that chance. And it's like I don't know, for me that's always come innately, and I used to think that's the same for everybody because like for me it's that way, like just raising my hands and doing that shit in class because like I really like for the first 6-7 years of my like schooling up until like 8th grade when I stopped giving a fuck. Like for the first 7 years of my schooling, bro, like I went to school to really learn, bro. Like I was really trying to learn some shit. I really thought I was gonna like get game and like how to like. Then I realized like halfway through it that like you're taught more to be obedient than you are taught to like have knowledge, and like I had this whole like midlife crisis with school. But like for the first like couple years of school, bro, I was raising my hands. I was doing everything you're supposed to do in class because like I really wanted to learn, bro. And like I feel like that's a missing thing that people don't have because I used to think that was an innate thing, but like I just noticed the more that I go through life, bro, in every aspect of life, from elementary school to all the way till you get your job and you taking classes, like people be scared to be wrong.
Mm. I can definitely see that in my classrooms, bro. Like they do not raise their hands for shit,
Or
and
they
they
just
be
don't
right.
care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they be having the right answers, and they still won't raise their hand.
That's isn't that crazy, bro? That shit's crazy to me. Like, you could know you're right, but like still scared to take the shot. Like some people in their life could know like this is what I'm supposed to do in my life. Like everything is pointing towards this. People are reinforcing me. I'm getting all the tools. Like everything is reinforcing, do this. But they still won't do it because the thing in their mind that's stopping them is themselves of like, I'm either not good enough to do this, I don't have the resources, I don't know what I'm doing. It's like they have all these mental things that are blocking them. That's how come they say the biggest battle that you have is with yourself. Because once you understand or feel like I could do some shit, it don't matter if everything else was telling you can't do it. You can do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like bro, like that's if I had like if I die and like I have like a testimony of like, damn, what if life is a game, what did you learn from life, what like what's your testimony to give to the next people about to play life? Like I'll be like, bro, self-belief is so fucking important, bro. Like self-belief is so important, bro. Like there's been my lowest moments in life, bro. Like I stopped believing myself, and that's when I went deeper into my depression, deeper into like whatever like bad things and negative things I was feeling, is because everything stopped reinforcing me, and I had to like I feel like reinforcements is like crutches. It's like you're kind of walking with like the fact that people fuck with you. But once people stop fucking with you, you have to start walking on your own merit. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the self belief comes in of like I'm walking and believing in myself, and I'm believing I can take this next step because I believe that. Like, don't nobody have to reinforce what I got going because I believe that. Once you're able to do that, it's like even when the reinforcement comes back or goes away, you straight because you know what you're doing.
Mhm.
And like that's literally what's keeping me going, bro. That's literally that's literally like my testimony to people, bro. Like, bro, if you believe you can do some shit, you can really do some shit, bro. Like, I believe in all of my goals. I believe in my friends, and it's like I find that reinforcement of like my self belief whenever like I'm about to get my own crib, nigga, and I just believe I can do that shit, nigga. I'm gassed. I'm up, nigga. I'm happy as hell, bro. And like there was a point in time where I was like thinking to myself, like, damn, bro, when am I ever gonna get to that point of like I could like move into my own crib? Like, man, I can't do that shit, bro. Like we tried to do that shit with the homies, and like that plan fell through, and it's because of me, because I wasn't able to plan correctly. And, like everything felt the shit because of me, bro. And if I had like been better, and I was just down on myself, like in my head, bro, and I was like, I was just shitting on myself, bro, like the whole time. And then like I had this like really, bro, the shit that really like started the upward trajectory is meeting my girl and like finding like peace and like just like this is the one good thing I got going. And then I started realizing that's not true, bro. Like she obviously sees something in me that's like, you know, like meritable. And so then I started, whenever I turned 25, a bunch of things just like changed and like how I thought about life and thought about shit. Like I started thinking about like, okay, my whole life I've thought about what are the worst things that could happen, like I just think about worst case scenario. And then 25 came and I was like, bruh, what if I do this shit and I become the coldest nigga to do this shit, bruh? Like, I just started thinking like that, bruh. Like, what if everything I'm doing and I'm pushing towards, like, I achieve it past the level of how I'm even thinking it? Like, I'm trying to get to this level. What if I get to that level and I see there's more levels and I'm like, I could take this shit further than I'm even thinking about. I started having those kind of thoughts. And then that propelled into me just like being like, okay, if I want to get there, what things do I got to do in today, present time to set me up there? Okay, I got to stop thinking that I ain't shit because even though that plan fell through, it's not over. I still got a whole life to live, nigga. Like, I still got like a whole, just because that didn't work out doesn't mean it's over. Like I feel like a lot of people like their dreams don't work out immediately or it doesn't work out in a certain instance. They don't get a certain opportunity and they feel like, damn, because I didn't get that opportunity, everything is over. I need to just like focus on whatever the fuck that's not gonna get me to what I want to be in life. But like my thing is like, bro, you gotta take 50 L's before you take that one dub. But that one dub, it's gonna be the only dub you need to take, bro. Like that's what they say about songs, bro. It's like you got to drop 100 songs before you get your one hit. But once you get that one hit, it's up
Mhm.
type shit. And like that's just how I think, bro. Like that's how come I've always raised my hand up. That's how come I've always like spoke is because it's like I'm coachable, bro. I'm not scared to be wrong, bro, and I'm not scared to take that risk because it's gonna point me to like being right. And I'm finally being pointed out of this like dark depression that I was in 2021, 2022. Um, like I said, I'm about to get my own place, bro. It's up, bro. Like, what you mean, bro?
Yes, sir.
Like self belief, bro. Just believe in yourselves, bro. Because you owe it to yourself. Like nobody gonna believe in you but you, bro. So if you don't believe in you,
Then
what the
who's
fuck?
gonna believe? Then what's the point of me
like,
believing you type shit?
like shit, bro. That's just crazy to me, bro. Like I don't know. I don't know, bro. I just like that's the one thing I want to give to people, like through my music, through all my creative things. Is just like, bro, I'm just a regular ass nigga, and I did this shit because I believed in myself. Imagine what you could do, nigga.
On me,
Type shit.
Tyler the Creator's a regular ass nigga.
Type shit. Type shit though. But it's like,
Everybody regular ass niggas. Like the more I grow up, the more I realize is like the people that you look up to are just regular ass niggas, bro.
yeah,
And they
that
be like,
that believed in themselves.
they just be going through shit. They be going through shit and they just keep it moving. And like now that I like believe that I'm him
Mm-hmm.
and I know that I'm him, I'm just like a lot of the bullshit that was going through my head, it kind of stopped. Like I
Yeah.
still might have like a
How did you get to that point? Break that down for him because I want people to like understand that process of like understand.
um. So I just realized that like the things I did in the past, they were just they were stepping stones. So for example, at one point in my life, I used to be able to get a girl But I would never date. I never really dated. I just would be like, oh, like I would just be like, can you play my hair? And they'll just start playing my hair. So I had like a girl in each of my blocks being like, oh, playing with my hair, and I'm just chilling, like, or they'll give me a massage in class, and I'd be like, okay, for sure, like I'm
Yeah.
chilling. But like after high school, all that shit stopped because I just got super nervous from the Me Too movement and all that other bullshit. And
Yeah.
then like I couldn't approach women because I was like, oh, like women, when you approach a woman, like they're like, who the fuck is this motherfucker? I'm uncomfortable. And I don't want to make people uncomfortable, so I would never approach people and I'll never do anything. And then from doing that and from not putting myself out there and with all the things that I do and stops, from that, I was like, all right, for sure. Like that kind of held me back a little bit. And then when that hospital situation happened,
Mhm.
that really killed my confidence of being like, damn, like I can be myself. I can be who I am.
Yeah.
However, as the time went on and I had experiences of being like, oh shit, like I'm fire as fuck. And I just started putting shit on and start being myself and just like, all right, like I like thrifting. Let me go buy a suit coat. Like I'm gonna wear a suit coat tomorrow with it's gonna look fire as fuck. But let me just put this on. Let me put this on. Let me be myself. And now that I do that, everyone starts gravitating towards me in a certain type of way, and they see who I am, and it's really cool. And I was scared to shoot my shot, but ever since I started shooting my shot, I've been swishing every time now.
You're bad over here.
But like I didn't realize that, but I had to have friends who had a different opinion than me, and I feel like that's where opinions come into play, and where you said that like, hey, like, are you really willing to take in that information?
Mhm.
Like I asked you about it, or we had conversation about it, and you were like, bro, like, look at yourself, bro. Take time to do this for yourself, and like, hey, bro, this is what's fucking you up right here. And then you were like, hey, bro, like, ever since this point right here, you changed. Like when you first did this, you were like, you were moving way different. But
Yeah.
now, like after that, like, and I started really thinking about it. I was like, damn, I did really change after that. What is holding me back from being that person? And I was like, oh, this, and this. So I was like, all right, let me try to change it. And then when I started changing it and putting it into practice and seeing that the results that I were getting were the results that I wanted, I was
Mhm.
like, oh. So I was the only thing holding myself back from getting this, and this. That's stupid as fuck. So I'm him, bro. Like I was already there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna improve and become more. Become better over time and become better. But even where I'm at right now, I'm
Yeah.
cold as fuck in my own way. I'm my
Yeah.
own individual, and I got things that I'm good at. I might not be good at everything I want to be good at or be the best at what I want to be at. Do. However, I'm fucking cold as shit at where I'm at right now. So all I
Yeah.
gotta do is just realize that and improve on where I'm at and be realistic with myself. And I feel like that's a huge part of like being him, but not going overboard with it. It's being
Yeah.
like, hey, yes, I'm him. However, there's some things I want to improve and be real with myself and be like, all right, I want to improve here, here, and here in order to get better. And
Yeah.
if you do that, I think that's really where you become him. You become a balanced entity of
Yeah.
being like, okay, I'm him. I got all the confidence in the world, but this is where I need to improve at. So, all right, I'm gonna be realistic with myself. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take these necessary steps. Do I need
There's
to take
always
those
some.
necessary steps?
Yeah.
Do I want to improve in that area right now? And you gotta be real with yourself there too. Like, I know that I don't, even though I want to do clothes in the future, right?
Mhm.
That doesn't mean that I need to like do that shit right now. It there's certain times and places where I need to do certain things, and certain times and places where I need to do other things. So I
Yeah.
need to make sure I prioritize correctly. If I don't, then I can't be him because then I'm gonna start stressing about bullshit that I don't need to be stressing about because I could have done that shit. And that takes me out of the element of being who I am. So
Yeah.
therefore, I just need to do what I gotta do and just keep it moving. Like for example, after I get off the phone with you, I'm just gonna go straight to doing my homework, doing my grading and shit like that.
Yeah.
Knock it out so I don't have to stress about it and keep it moving. Like I've been letting like in the past I've been letting shit pile up and being like procrastinating. But that procrastination made me stress the fuck out at the very end, which
Yeah.
made me not feel like I'm him, made me feel like a bum. So therefore, if I don't want that same feeling again, I just gotta change my actions and just stay on top of shit.
You reap what you sow.
Exactly. You really do reap what you sow. So like so I just gotta be myself, but actually be myself, but improve on myself. Cause like you said, when I was a kid, like or when I was in high school before I went through and in college, the first year or two in college, I was on my shit. Like I was on my shit.
Yes, bro.
Like people will be like, bro, do you want to hang out? And I'm like, nah, bro. I'm gotta do my schoolwork. Like in
Uh,
Japanese class, bro, I would like sit there for an hour, like just like slowly practicing my hiragana, my katakana, my writing and shit, and like studying my vocab.
mhm.
But once I started chilling, like no knock on my friends, but once I started with chilling with Charlie, you, and all them, and y'all be like, y'all every day y'all be like, bro, school is bullshit, bro. Like school's bullshit, bro. Like even though I would be like the counter argument, be like, no, school is pretty important, bro. I would say
Yeah.
that, but even though I was saying that, that shit would seep in and be like, damn, this school is kind of bullshit, bro.
It seeps into your subconscious, bro.
Yeah, so junior and senior year, I started slacking, especially senior year, I started slacking.
Yeah.
And that carried over to my master's degree, my master's. Like even though I'm getting A's in my classes, it's like I'm putting way more stress on myself by like procrastinating my work.
Yeah.
Like even though grading
Hard, bro.
so
Having
what?
that having that discipline to like be your own entity is hard as fuck, bro.
Mhm.
Like continue. I understand like why like after a while you would be like fuck it, bro, because like those people having anxiety that day about like us doing the like little like simulation thing. Like I
Mhm.
wasn't nervous about it at all, bro. I was like ready to do it. But everybody else having anxiety around me made me kind of anxious, bro.
Mhm. And
I like I'm sorry for being a bad influence, is what I'm
no,
saying.
no, 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 no. And that's the same thing with teaching. Like teaching, like at first I was like a happy-go-lucky ass nigga, but like now with the influence of my peers and like how they talk about school and how they talk about like teaching in general and like the stresses of it, like I wouldn't acknowledge the stress. I would just keep it moving. But now that I'm in it, and then they're talking about the stresses and shit, the stresses weigh on me heavier. Like I wake
Yeah.
up tired and shit now. Like I feel like an old ass man sometimes. But
Same, bro.
however, however, I'm getting back to the point where it's like, all right, bro, like I can't be waking up tired, bro. I gotta figure out some things different to do differently in order to make sure that I don't have to go through this shit. And
Yeah,
that's what I feel like everything comes down to is like, all right, you have your responsibilities. So how do you take care of your responsibilities with the least amount of stress?
yeah,
And as a kid, it starts out like your parents start you out as a kid and they have to give you those life lessons as a kid. So when
mhm,
you rise up into an adult, you have a lot of those life lessons to push you forward, right? However, like I think that as kids, as we grow up and we become naturally rebellious, we're like, bro, fuck that shit. Kind of like school, bro. Like school is super important. Like once you get out of school and you just start like living life as in like, oh, let's look at politics, let's look at technology, let's look at that. A lot of those things that you learn in school are just the basics in order to understand the world.
yeah.
So therefore, like
You dive in.
you can dive in easier. You can learn how to make investments. What investments should you make? What can you do? Oh, I can go to Google Scholar instead of Google in order to look up my question for this because this is a bunch of scholars right here. Like,
And
let
these
me
next kids about to have it really easy with Chat GPT.
what's
Where
Chat
you can literally-
GPT?
Bro, you haven't heard of Chat GPT?
No, is that AI?
It's the AI shit where you can literally ask it anything, and
Mhm.
instead of it being like Google, where you'll just find like some answers here and there, GPT, granted, sometimes it'll be wrong. It'll literally give you like a human-like response to your search.
That's crazy, bro.
I'm like, these kids are finna like have so much information at their hands. You can literally ask it, write me a rap verse. It'll write you a rap verse. You can literally write like, bro. It's OP. So I just say that to say like, bro, like these kids are finna have it even easier. But the thing that sucks is like technology makes things easier, which makes us lazier, which makes us
Mhm.
dumber.
Mm, I'm not sure. I feel like if it's not used correctly,
Yeah.
cause like,
But you gotta think, bro, if you're somebody gives you something that you can do that's gonna make it easier for you, are you more obligated to do something that's easier? Or like I feel like, yeah, you're right, but at the same time, most people, the average person is gonna pick the easiest option.
oh God,
And
but
so I say that, go ahead.
I feel like picking the easier like for example, I paid 200 I paid 200 to my nana in
Hmm.
order to like do my laundry and make up my bed. That's it, right? I pay 200 every 2 weeks,
Hmm.
right? Yes, she makes my life easier in that sense, right? However, that affords me times in order to do different things like, oh, let me focus on grading. Let me do this podcast. Let me do this. Let me do that. And I think that like if you use your resources correctly, yes, it'll make you. I guess I'm lazy in a sense, but
Hmm.
even though she does that, I make sure make sure the bed is like really neat for her. I don't really sleep. I only use the top cover. Like I tuck that in before I leave for work. I make like most of my clothes like I hang up. It's like most of them don't even need to be washed. You just sometimes just takes them down and wash them sometimes. Like pretty much, I'm just paying her to just chill at my crib,
Yeah. But see,
essentially.
most of the times, bro, when you present something like that, it's like I understand what like standpoint you're coming from, but you have to understand, Jojo, you're an outlier, bro. You're not the like general person. Like whenever you pay somebody to make something easier for you so you could focus on doing something else, like that's not something that most people do. Like people will pay something to make it easier for them so they can chill.
Mhm,
They can like just basically just like not do shit. So I say that to say like generally, I'm not talking about like people who have that go getter mindset of like, okay, yeah, bro, let me use this. Let me pay her so she can make my bed so I have more time to like grade these shit. Or let me pay them to like come and clean my house so I can have more time to go like invest and like read into this shit. I'm not talking about people like that because people like that understand how to like balance time management and energy management because it's like
mhm,
sometimes you don't need to do everything. All these like that's how come rich people have maids and stuff like that is because they're focused on like shit that's gonna like they use their brain so they can make more money. Like you're not gonna make more money cleaning your dishes.
mhm,
So I say that to say you're the outlier, bro. So when you present that, it's like I understand what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from because it's like that's a valid thing. Somebody could really do that, but the average person won't. The average person will just like do some easy shit because it's easy, and then like pay somebody to do this shit. Like somebody's not thinking, oh, I'm not gonna go to the Zaxby's tonight because I can't cook tonight and I need to focus on working on homework. So I'm gonna go to Zaxby's to like, you know, skip the cooking so I can focus on homework. They're thinking, I'm going to Zaxby's because I want some Zaxby's.
mhm,
And that's what I'm trying to like, that's my point. Is like, bro, like you're an outlier, bro. Like the average person won't do that shit.
mm,
That's the problem. Like when we relate it back to like just talking about like in the future when people use like chat GPT and things of that nature to
mhm,
like be even lazier. It's like, bro, these technology advancements are meant to make our lives easier so we can have more time to do other shit, not meant to make our lives easier so we can just like not do shit
mm.
type shit.
But I feel like at the same time, that's true, and I think that the people that are gonna rise to the top and continue to progress are the people that are gonna use it to, like, help them do other shit, though. Like like someone who is the president, right? There's gonna be
Mhm.
more presidents in the world, bro. There's gonna be more presidents. There's gonna be more people that take the helm of whatever we're looking at. There's people going to like top elite schools right now, doing those things and becoming rich as fuck and who grow up in rich families and do things of that nature. So I think that like we don't have anything to worry about. I think the thing that we have to worry about is making sure that our kid or whoever we are raising or is understanding that.
Yeah.
Um, because that's the only thing we can do. Because if they just understand that, and like for example, that NPC over there, bro, like it makes so many things so much easier.
Mhm.
However, there's some things that I got to figure out how to like. Okay, let me figure out how to record this back into the my laptop so I can run it through FL Studio in Ableton.
Yeah.
Let me figure out how to do that shit. But that takes time. That takes like all right. However, by doing that, it makes it so much easier. But at the same time, it's gonna make it better too. But it's harder though because I'm learning a whole new instrument essentially.
Yeah.
So I think that like yes, things like that make shit easier, but I think that the people who are going to use it to make their shit better, there's always going to be people like that. So there's no reason to worry.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not necessarily worried. I just have this part of me, bro, that like I don't know, bro. I be trying to save everybody.
No, you can't save everybody. I learned
I
that as a
know, I
teacher, bro.
know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. I know I can't save everybody. Like Kendrick couldn't save everybody, bro.
Yeah,
Like there's been greater men who tried type shit.
I was handing out all these zeros to my kids for a third quarter, and I was like, "Yeah, I know I can't save everybody, bruh. It hurt,
Yeah.
bruh, but I was handing out them zeros, bruh. I was
That
like,
shit
yeah,
do
bro.
hurt, bro. That shit do hurt because it's like I'd be like, if you would just change this one way of thinking, if you would just do this one thing, bro, you might not necessarily be like fucking Mozart or like the next genius, but it would help you drastically, bro. It
Mhm,
would like help you so much more, but you're like actively choosing not to. And that should be fucking with me because I'm like, damn, bro, you could literally improve your life so much if you just do this one thing and you're actively choosing not to. So it's like you're choosing to be in what you're in.
that's how it be though.
And that I know it just hurts, bro. It just hurts, bro, because I want people to be the best version of themselves. Like me as like an empath, bro. Like I want the best for generally most people. Like even people who don't fuck with me and hate me, like I want the best for them because it's like, bro, like they have a family, they have people to go back to, they have people who they care about, and like they're a bigger world than just them type shit.
Mhm,
So like I generally want the best for most people because it's like you affect your community type shit. And I want your community to like we all are communities. Like that's really what it stems down to. Like if you help your community, you'll help the overall world. Um
mhm,
so I just be wanting people to do best cause like better cause it's like if you can be the like ray for your community, somebody else is gonna get that ray. And then like one candle like can light multiple like you see what I'm saying?
mhm.
And I don't know, I have that innately in me because like, bro, like we live in a really interesting existence, bro, sometimes. Or sometimes I'm like, damn, bro, like all the problems that humans have are self-made human problems.
Mhm.
And like I'll be like, damn, bro, like a lot of these problems could be easily fixed if we didn't have these things. But I'm like, I understand.
I feel like they're now are like and a lot of the problems in the US, I feel like we make these problems for
Yeah,
no reason. Like for example, like a lot of states right now are trying to like do things to gay marriage and it's like put restrictions and shit. I'm like, bro, like just let it be, bruh. You're doing too much. Just let it be, bro. You're not gay. It's okay, bruh. Like just let gay marriage be a thing. It's okay, bruh.
yeah,
Like that's not gonna change people from being like, I'm trans, I'm demisexual and shit. People are not
yeah,
gonna stop doing that shit, bro. Like the idea is already out there, so there's gonna be kids out here going on YouTube and looking up sexuality or like whatever, and they're gonna be like, oh, maybe I'm asexual, or maybe I'm this, maybe I'm that.
yeah,
They're gonna go with these labels. Like Nothing that you do is gonna stop the change of time. Like putting laws in place is just putting putting a chokehold on change.
I feel like the whole change debate is always like the age debate, bro. It's like a lot of times, bro, like the older generation is like change and evolution is like impossible to stop. But a lot of times the older generation, because they have the experience and power to like affect change directly because they're in these certain positions, they be trying to like it was like this back in my day, so it has to be like this in y'all time.
Mhm.
And like I'm understanding that like although they be doing that and creating these like they be trying to force people to be a certain way, bro. Like these people are eventually gonna die out, bro, and their ideas and the change, like I said, change is inevitable, bro. Like no matter how much I'm scared of like AI and like in the future one day I might have to copyright my voice type
Mhm.
shit, like niggas stealing certain things that like I'm like, damn, that's crazy that you can even steal that. Like no matter how much I'm scared of that and like add like against it, eventually that will become the norm one day. Like no matter how much I'm against it, like the movie, I feel like sometimes we predict our own like demise. Like the movie I Robot, bruh,
Mhm.
like that's manifestation, and you literally see it in real time with how like AI has gone like it's shot up, bro. Like how advanced AI used to be in 2010 versus how advanced it is in 2020 and like 2023 moving forward. Like we still got another 10 years to 2020, 2030. It's like shit is
Oh
gonna
shit, bro. 2030 is about to be crazy.
that's what I'm saying. Like shit is gonna be even crazier than it is now. And I'm just thinking like, bro, no matter how much older people and traditional people be trying to like make things stay a certain way, bro, you can't. Like you literally can't, bro, because your people and your time. Like I was reading something where it's like I don't even know what it was, but it was like people from this generation of like this thing have all died out now. So the last person who died out on this day, and so the last person who has living collection of this event that happened in this time is dead. So now nobody alive knows how that event really was like.
Mm.
So that goes to show like how history repeats. It's like let's say for example, the last person, this is just an example, but let's say the last person to experience the civil rights movement died out today, right? That would mean everybody today doesn't know. We don't, besides the recorded history that we have, nobody alive has memory of that shit happening.
Mm.
So that the issues that led up to that shit happening can be repeated again because nobody alive is like aware or privy to the fact that like this is how it looked like when it happened,
Mhm.
and that shit is crazy to me. It's like all these old people dying out, bro. It's like we gotta respect our elders and their experience because like they really be saying some shit sometimes, but at the same time, they gotta respect the fact that like we see like we come into the game, young niggas be coming into the game of the world, seeing how the world works, and we be asking very obvious questions, and they have very dumb answers. Like for example, niggas be like, okay, so why is this shit a certain way, like this way? And they'll be like, well, it's because it's been like this forever, or it's been like this way. And it's like there's never really like a real answer of like we have to do it this way because we're trying to save this much money or we're trying to save this. And even when it comes to money, it's like money isn't even real, bro. So it's like certain shits that young niggas question, it's not because we're ignorant. It's because we see how the world is working, and we're like, bruh, y'all could literally evade all the bullshit if y'all just did this. So we offer a new perspective, young people, but then older people offer their experience of like explaining why that can't be that way. So we gotta meet each other in the middle.
Mhm.
And like that's what I be trying to preach. Cause like, bro, I'm 25 and I be going into the studio, bro, and it be older niggas recording there who are like again, 30 to 40. And then it be young niggas recording there who are like 18, 19, right? And like I be seeing the merit to what these young niggas be saying, because these older people be feeling like, oh, we have to record this way because like we've always recorded this way. This is what's gotten me like my not platinum record, but gold record.
Mhm.
Like you don't know what you're talking about. But at the same time, I'm like, music for the most part, bro, is held by young niggas, bro. Like the culture of it. So it's like a young nigga telling you like this is probably finna go off. Like they probably right, bro, because they in it. They're in it, bro. So it's like I don't know, bro. Like I'll be like, y'all, I see both of y'all sides. If y'all could just meet in the middle, like get the experience from the older people, but also the new perspective and energy from the younger people. Make that beautiful mesh, bro. We'll get so much further ahead. But like, I don't know, bro. Like, I feel like people just like arguing at this point.
I think arguments is just what like it just makes it more fun, bro. I guess like because like there's nothing really to stress about once you like. Well, there is things to stress about, but like once you take all the bullshit away, it's like life is kind of it's not as entertaining, quote unquote. Because like right now, like I'm in a place where I'm in a good place right now, right?
Yeah,
And since I don't be having arguments with people, I don't be like be on bullshit. My life is pretty peaceful.
yeah.
However, once I start getting like I was thinking about this the other day, like when I get a girl, bruh, she's gonna add like a lot of stress to my life. Or
Yeah,
maybe I'm thinking the wrong way. Like she
I
might
feel
call.
like I feel
Huh?
like you are. That there's merit to that, but like yo girl, bro, is actually gonna like relieve a lot of stress.
Mhm,
Like yo girl is like it's not just the girl, it's yo girl that like you chose based on like your experiences in life and what is
mhm,
gonna adjust and fit to your life. And
mhm,
like if you do that correctly, they're granted we're human beings, so there's gonna be moments of tension and like arguing. But if that's really your girl, y'all finna like see like we love each other over this argument. So like
mhm,
this argument that we're having isn't real for us.
mhm,
But I say that to say like, bruh, like your girl's finna add to your shit and you're finna add to her shit. She's finna give you game and give you perspective that you're like, oh shit, like I didn't even think about shit like that. And then you're gonna give her perspective. In
mhm,
theory, like if you pick the right one.
mhm.
But continue. Sorry, I didn't mean to control.
Damn, bruh.
I'm dead, bro. Your kids be. I see why your kids be on your ass, man. That man look funny as hell, man.
I be
That
hitting
man
him
look
with that.
like them face ass.
I be hitting him with that face all the time, bro. I be like,
That man look like Monkey D. Luffy face ass.
on me. But I gotta hop off and get grading these papers.
For sure, bro. It was good chopping it up with you.
Likewise.
Be safe, be blessed. Till next time, type shit.
All right, peace.